Assalamualaikum, this is our presentation for assignment 2. First, we will start with introducing the members. First, Siti Nabila binti Muhammad Nazri. Second, Miradi Laila binti Johan. Third, Maswiyah binti Abdul Hamid. Fourth, Mi Nur Atirah binti Abdullah.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Siti Nabila binti Muhammad Nazri with metric number D201920916665. I am a Bachelor of Education Mathematics student, AT14 program. Food cover or tudung saji have been chosen as the artistic material in our culture in Malaysia that meet the geometrical shape and concept they have learned in class. An investigation based on the object has been done. Food cover is the handicrafts that the Malays are usually produced from screw-pan leaves, pandan leaves, rattan or bamboo. There is also food cover from the screw-pan leaves coated with velvet cloth. Rattan or bamboo that is shaped round will be used as the frame of the food cover. The yarn is made from finely chopped rattan. Screw-pan leaves, pandan leaves or bamboo that have been ripped will be woven like a mat. However, the passage of time has caused the pattern of food cover to change and look modern. Food cover was an important necessity to housewives of the Malay community in the past and now which become a cover of food to prevent exposure to flies and dust to enter. It is an economic resource for the rural population through the cottage industry. Through rural industry, the income of the rural population can be increased. In fact, there are also Malaysians who make traditional food covers of various sizes, patterns, shapes, and colors as decoration in their homes. Nowadays, there are food covers made of plastic. It is made commercially in the plastic manufacturing industry. It is available in various shapes with various colors, sizes, and cheaper prices than woven food cover. This situation creates the use of traditional food cover is becoming extinct. These food covers are produced in certain states in Malaysia such as Kelantan, Terengganu, Melaka, Sabah, Sarawak and Negeri Sembilan. However, it is more popularly made from Terengganu. Food cover is used to prevent exposure to flies and dust to enter. In addition, food cover can also act as something that can prevent food from going stale too soon. It functions as a refrigerator. People used to know that the function of the food cover can also extend the life of food. This concept is like the biggest discovery in the history of world science in denying the theory of spontaneous, which is spontaneous generation by the famous scholars Louis Pasteur and John Tyndall in the mid-19th century in 1860s. Louis proved microorganisms will multiply and spoil food if food is left open in the environment. Food cover also nowadays has become decorations everywhere because of the uniqueness and beauty in terms of size, color, shapes, and pattern. These are diagram of our food cover. First top view of food cover, second side view of food cover, last the bottom view of food cover. This food cover has a shape of an open hemisphere with diameter 57.5 cm and the height is 21.5 cm.
Assalamualaikum, hi doctor and friend. My name is Miradi Laila binti Johan with metric number D2019-2091-683 from ISMP Mathematics. In this part, I'm going to explain about the geometrical shapes on the object that my groupmate has been chosen, which is tudung saji. The geometrical shape of tudung saji is hemisphere and semicircle. A hemisphere has a one curved surface area just like a sphere. There is no edges and no vertex in the hemisphere. The flat sides of the hemisphere is known as the base. The diameter of the hemisphere is a line segment that passes through the center. The radius of the hemisphere is a line segment from the center to a point on the surface of the hemisphere. Therefore, a hemisphere is considered as an exact half of sphere. As you see at this object of tudung saji, it really look like a hemisphere. The second shape of food cover tudung saji is semicircle from the holder. A semicircle is a two-dimensional geometric shape that form a half of a circle. The arch, if a semicircle, always measure 180 degree of half in a circle, which is 360 degree. Next is the patterns of the food cover tudung saji is circle. A circle is a point in the same plane that lie on the equidistant from the center point. The distance between the midpoint on the circle border is called the radius. A line segment that has the end point on the circle and passes through the midpoint is called the diameter. The diameter is twice the size of the radius. A line segment that has the end point on the circular border but does not pass through the midpoint is called a chord. From the top, we can see that the shape of the tudung saji is exactly circle. One of the motifs of the foot cover tudung saji is rectangular. A rectangular is created by connecting 4 line segments. However, the only difference between a square and rectangular is that in a rectangular, there are 2 line segments which is longer than the other 2 line segments. So in geometry, a rectangular is also described as an elongate square. Also, in the rectangular, the 4 corners come together to form 4 right angles. Motif of the foot cover tudung saji holder is square. As in the picture, a square is a 4-sided figure which is created by connecting 4 line segments. In geometry, a square is a regular quadrilateral, which means that it has a 4 congruent sides and 4 equal angle, 90 degrees angle. For the concept, the object shape is hemisphere. We have calculated the diameter and the height. From there, from the formula, the radius is 28.65 cm. The angle of hemisphere, as we know, it always 180 degrees because it is half of the circle. The area is 1298.38 cm square. The volume of hemisphere is 49,770.52 cm cube, and the length of arch is 180.64 cm. So this is the diameter and height of each layer. From the layer 1 to 4, they have a same height, which is 6 cm, while layer 5 and 6 has a different height and all have a different diameter with the same center point. The word hemisphere can be split into hemi and sphere, where hemi means half and sphere is a 3D geometric shape. And a semicircle is a closed shape, consists of half of a circle and diameter of the circle. For the relationship, we can conclude that from the measurement of the object, only diameter and height has been collected. In geometry, we have learned about circle. We can find the arch of a circle, which is a part or a portion of a circle, and also the minor arch that is a part of a semicircle. From the measurement also, a central angle of a circle is an angle whose vertex is the center of the circle and whose sides are radii of the circle. And the other one is concentric circle. From the top view, the object has 6 layers with different diameter and size, but they share the same plane that have a common center. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Maswia binti Abdul Hamid, holding metric number D20192091672 from my SMP Mathematics. Today, I want to explain about 2.3 transformation in motif and pattern tudung saji. Definition: transformation is a part of geometry which will talk about transformation or change. Both the change in the location and presentation based on image and matrices. The concept of transformation provide a background knowledge to develop new perspective in visualization skill. Transformation geometry has several types: translation, rotation, reflection, and dilation. Application of translation in tudung saji. Figure 1 is a pattern 1 of a tudung saji. From figure 1, show the translation of this motif is the mark by moving or shifting the initial motif to a certain position with the same direction. Thus, using a long rectangle will create hemisphere shape with a roundish shape through the weaving process. Diagram 1, a concept of translation. From diagram 1, show the motif can be processed through a horizontal shift to be produced as shown in the figure 1. Application of reflection is tudung saji. The reflection is the process of reflecting each point of the object, the geometry, against a predetermined line. The line is called the mirror axis or the symmetry axis. Figure 2, a pattern 2. From the figure to show the holding tudung saji using a motif square reflection on y-axis repeatedly through the horizontal and will create the arrangement pattern square with the same size. The diagram 2 show the concept of reflection with a different color with the same size through the y-axis. Application dilation in tudung saji. Figure 3 is the pattern 3 from a top view in tudung saji. From a figure 3, show the enlargement of a circle is marked by 1 point from a top of a circle. In addition, the circle will enlarge repeatedly with the same image but with a different size. Diagram 3, the concept of dilation. From diagram 3 show the pattern will create large circle from the top view from transformation when use dilation concept. And these are layers of each tudung saji. Figure 1, layer 1, figure 2, layer 2, figure 3, layer 3 from side view, while figure 4, layer 4, figure 5, layer 5, and figure 6 is layer 6 from top view. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atirah binti Abdullah with metric number D2019209167 and I am from ISMP Mathematics. As summary, food cover or tudung saji is one of the artistic material in our culture in Malaysia. It is one of the handicraft that produced in Malaysia. As we know, the function of the food cover is to cover food on the table and make the food stay for a longer period of time. The food cover would neatly made as its function is to cover flies or any insects from damaging the food. In Malaysia, there are variety types and patterns of food cover and we have chosen one of the food cover pattern to investigate. The main state that produced the food cover is Terengganu. The food cover that we had chosen is an open hemisphere shape with diameter 57.5 cm and height 21.5 cm. Based on part B, the geometrical shapes that contain food cover are hemisphere and semicircle. The pattern of the food cover is circle and the motif are rectangular and square. The concept of these geometrical shape are angle, area, volume, and length of hemisphere and semicircle. The relationship between the measurements of the object and the concept of the geometry is that the diameter and height of the object is related to the concept to find area, volume, length of hemisphere and semicircle. The transformation of the geometry has several types such as translation, rotation, reflection, and dilatation. For the food cover, we were using translation and dilatation applications by layer. In conclusion, we got to know variety types of shape, patterns, and motif of food cover. It comes with variety colors also. The concept of the geometrical shapes of the food cover is related to the geometry. The relationship between the geometry and the culture is proven. For example, food cover, gong and so on that related to geometry shape from back then until now, even though some culture had been modernized. Everything in culture have their own geometry shapes that we learn in mathematics and this subject. Thank you.